there's dirt on my hands.
Hello YouTube, Boss Rino. Welcome to my channel. So ito, Darkest Secret ulit. Paborito ko to eh. Tapos 5 horror videos that should never watch alone. So, nakakatakot to. Nakita ko yung konting-konti lang at merong nakakatakot talaga na video dito. Ewan ko lang pero sa thumbnail pa lang natakot na ako eh. So ito, tirahin natin to. Bago pa, tirahin ang iba.
5 horror videos that you should never watch alone. Number 5.
Number 5.
The recording that reaches out to send us through the dark alleys of this investigation corresponds to a disturbing event that a young man lives in his house and that he wanted to share through his social networks. The young man entered what appears to be his daughter's room when suddenly something completely unexplainable begins to happen to one of the little girl's toys. This quickly made him take out his phone and start recording the phenomenon. Pay attention and tell me if this can occur naturally.
Vine al cuarto por mi cargador y me di cuenta que otra vez está moliendo con esa cosa.
Puta, gumagalaw yung laruan. Tangin ng mga laruan talaga, kaya ayoko ng laruan. May humihila oh. Oh, shit, may humihila. Oh, tangina. Uy. Uy!
De la verga. Ay, chinga tu madre.
Gago. Yan, itapon mo na yan. Putang ina, itapon mo na yan. Sa akin talaga, tapon ka agad dyan. Ayun na.
Out of nowhere, that stuffed animal starts to move abruptly. I have analyzed it cautiously, and I think that movement can be achieved if there was someone pulling it with a thread from underneath the bed. However, if that were the case, the doll would have a certain angle of inclination towards the bed. It wouldn't go down as straight as seen in the image. But beyond that, in the clip, the young man implies that it is not the first time that something like this has happened. Strange things had already happened before.
Grabe.
Are
Tatapon ko
we in
yan.
the presence
Walang tali oh.
of a poltergeist activity? Tell me what you think.
Kasi yung mga gaya, minsan pag may nakikita ako na gumagalaw-galaw, naiisip ko hangin pa. Diba? Medyo hangin pa kasi nakakagalaw naman talaga yung hangin. Pero ito hindi kaya ng hangin to. Gawa ng
Poltergeist activity?
pababa yung ano yun oh. Sobrang higit
Tell
nun,
me
diba?
what you think.
Wala, tapon ko na yan.
Number 4.
Gugupitin ko yun, no? Gugupitin ko yung spring na yun, tapos tatapon ko yan.
Julio Lopez from Querétaro, Mexico,
Julio
is a
Lopez.
faithful subscriber who sends me extremely disturbing footage. In his email, he says that he's part of a Facebook group that is dedicated to uploading photographs and images of the city. It was in this group that one day one of its members uploaded a clip saying that the night before he had gone out to smoke in a park near his house. Moment in which he takes out his cell phone to film the area with the intention of uploading it to the group page. At one point, he focuses on a back alley where a person was walking. What happens later, he defines as simply inexplicable.
Nakakabato mga sound effect eh. Okay, may tao naglalakad. Ayun, nawala. Oh! Tignan niyo, nawala. Tong ina, pumasok sa pader ang puta. Yun oh. Wala, hindi marunong gumamit ang pinto. Hayop. Hindi rin pala uubra kung wala akong pinto. Kaya pala sa pader, ano? Punyeta talaga, walaan.
How is something like
Tatanggalin ko din yung pader ng bahay.
this possible? How is it that that young man practically disappears in front of what appears to be a solid wall?
Ayun no,
Julio says that there is no trick or manipulation of any kind here. In fact, he states that he has been there many times,
Yan ang
assuring that in that
nakakatakot.
location
Tangina.
there are no doors, gates, or any other type of access with which we could be confusing the wall. But without a doubt, the most shocking of all is that according to our subscriber, a few months ago, a likable young man had lost his life in a traffic accident in that sector. According to him, the person caught on camera resembles the young man who passed away. Could it be the spirit of that man who continues to walk the streets of his neighborhood? Tell me what you think.
Totoo yun, yung pag may namatay, tapos yung ibang kakilala mo, nakita ko pa si ganito sa ganito yung parang kaluluwa na lang yung nakita mo. Parang nagpapakita sila, no? Totoo yan. Ako, may experience ako ng gano'n Oo. Akala ko, siya yung nandun. Tapos naalala ko, tangina, patay na nga pala yun. Nakakatakot!
Number 3.
Nilabutan ako doon, gago.
The following footage is simply shocking. It was sent by Eralgamo, a faithful subscriber who from Honduras says that he is frightened by what is happening in his workplace. In his email, he says that he works as a general practitioner in one of the hospitals in his city, an establishment that has recently been affected by a rumor that had both patients and employees completely frightened. You see, several patients who had been hospitalized claimed that at night they saw a child walking around in their room. Others said that in their dreams a child took off their oxygen flow mask. The last detail made a bit of sense, since on several occasions the patients had complications because they woke up without their mask on, and many of them died because of it. Until a couple of weeks ago, this story was nothing more than a rumor to scare practitioners or new employees. However, our subscriber tells us that today the entire hospital is analyzing this situation after a patient recorded the video that you are about to see.
Mukhang totoo to. Gawa ng tingnan nyo yung video, masyadong medyo luma na, di ba? Oh! Patay! Patay ka dyan! Oh, she! Ba't nakaganon yun? Ano ba yun? Patang ina, patay. Gago, nakakatakot to. Takot talaga ako sa ospital Ayoko sa ospital.
Have you seen anything like this? We must immediately discard the idea that it is a product of the wind. It is as if something were underneath the mattress, a force that until now no one knows how to explain. While this video was being recorded, the patient used the emergency button to call a nurse. 10 minutes later, they checked the hospital bed, but there was nothing there. The sheets were well placed, so it couldn't have been an animal or a rat trying to escape. If it was, they should have left evidence. But there was
Parang may tao sa ilalim ng kumot, no?
nothing.
You know,
Is this
shit.
one of the best evidence of the paranormal? You do remember what we said about the spirits of children, right? Only
Pero wala ka naman makikita na bakat na tao.
demons use that form to manifest.
O baka ibang bakat yung sinasabi nyo, ha?
If it was not an
Nasa isip
animal,
nyo.
nor a product of the wind, what was it? What does
Hindi.
your logical denial say?
Hindi hangin to
Number 2.
Nakakatakot to. Ospital pa naman, no?
From Buenos Aires, Argentina, Nara, a faithful subscriber of the channel, sent a video to my email that, according to her, is the verification of a strange and disturbing situation that both her family and her neighborhood are going through. She says that for days they began to hear the heartbreaking screams of a woman at night, screams that did not come from a particular house, but rather moved through various sectors within the neighborhood. It was one early morning that while she was studying, Nara began to hear those screams, this time very close to her house. This made her take out her camera and start recording everything that happened on the street. What she recorded that day, she describes as extremely disturbing. Observe.
Gusto ko itong mga ganito, yung mga luma eh. Oh, nagwawala. Oh shit, nagwawala. Hindi kaya baliw lang? Grabe naman. Parang babalay ah.
It seems to be a woman, right? However, pay attention to its movements, to its contortions. Nara saw this with her own 2 eyes and assured us that her movements were abnormal. She assumed that it was a woman with mental issues, or that in the worst case, under the influence of drugs.
Baka
However,
drugs.
after recording and observing her more closely, Nara realized that her eyes were bright, something that if you look closely can also be detected by the camera. Is there any type of drug that causes that effect on the eyes?
Grabe yung mga movement nito.
Do you know what the worst of all is? Some neighbors who have seen this woman up close have described her with a skull-like face and completely bright white eyes that are hidden behind her long, dirty black hair. A woman who wanders around at dawn and who has aroused the fear of the entire community. No one knows who she is,
Nagtutwerk eh.
and she disappears completely as soon as she turns the corner.
Nakakatakot yung mukha.
Who or what could Nara have recorded with her camera? This remains a mystery. Number 1.
Ayun yung marami lumabas sa YouTube sa mga video nung naka-drugs ang plaka. Parang ganyan, pero kakaiba to eh, no? Yung mata niya talagang parang kumikislap eh. Nagtutwerk pa. Aswang nagtutwerk.
We conclude this investigation with the shocking images sent by David Rivas Arauz, a subscriber from Iquique, Chile, who tells us about a chilling situation that he is suffering with his family. He says that he lives with his partner and their young daughter in his mother's house, who works as an elementary school teacher. David affirms that there have already been several weeks where strange noises and movements of objects have begun to be seen and heard in the home. This is why he decided to install a series of cameras around different sectors within the house. He says the result of those recordings has the whole family on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Observe.
Camera 1.
Voy a poner una atención para que
Tama.
para explicar cómo saqué
Ayun putang na patay. May dumaan sa likod. Ay, ito bata. Ano ba naman to? Ba't walang kasama yung baby? Ba't walang kasama? Ayun.
David assures us that both recordings occurred at the same time. In the first recording, the presence of shadows is observed, while in the second recording, a strange entity walks through the baby's room.
Walang kasama yung
Do they correspond to the same phenomena? Although he has no way of verifying it, our subscriber says that his mother's sister died a few weeks ago. Her death practically coincided with the beginning of these strange manifestations that they have been experiencing. Could these recordings be proof of the existence of the afterlife? Let me know your opinion in the comment box, because this video has come to an end. My name is Leonor Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.
Mapaisip ako di ba pag may namamatay, laging may kwentong ganyan na talagang may paparamdam na ganito, may paparamdam na ganito, no? Hindi ka totoo yun o guni-guni lang nung nung namatayan. Diba? Parang sa sobrang isip nila na meron silang mga nararamdaman na gano'n. Pero ang tagal ng kwentuhan na gano'n, meron talaga mga gano'n, no? Katulad dito, lahat tama yung tumago sa pader na may namatay na bata do'n, parang 'yun. Tapos eto, may namatay na magkapatid, kaya nag-umpisa na yung may nakukuha ng camera na ganyan. Ay ayoko talaga maka-experience ng ganyan. Kayo kaya? So ayun, isa lang muna tayo ngayong araw na 'to, dahil may pupuntahan si Boss Rino. Oo, kainan. So ayun, maraming salamat sa panonood at hanggang sa
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands.